Well, we have some news regarding maybe some price changes at Walt Disney World. And, well, they're not all that great, especially with Epic Universe. Opening today, at the time you're hearing this recorded anyway, this is not all that great. Let's go ahead and get into it. Price increases confirmed for Disney World in 2026. What are you doing, Disney? What? You're gonna increase prices in 2026 with a new theme park on the way here? Oh boy, here we go. Well, 2025 isn't over just yet. It's never too early to start planning ahead for your next Walt Disney World vacation by allears.net, especially given the fact that the resort is currently in a state of change. Some travelers are already looking ahead to 2026. So what will next year bring for the most magical place on Earth? Perhaps unsurprisingly, some price increases. First, let's look at the theme park tickets. On the surface, it may seem like ticket prices didn't change between 2025 and 2026, as the overall range for the single-day tickets remains from $119 through $199. Specifically, when divided by park, the range is as follows. Magic Kingdom, $139 to $199. Epcot, $129 to $184. Now, that's an interesting little statistic right there, because over there on Blog Mickey, they're reporting that the range that they had available to them when this article was written suggested that Epcot was at a top end of $194. That's a distinction right there. Disney's Hollywood Studios, $139 to $194. That also, if we look at the range right there, $139 to $199. So great. That's fantastic for Disney's Hollywood Studios. I mean, there's like, what, 5 rides there? Oh, they're going to have the villain show. The villain show, that'll bring people in, I'm sure. Disney's Animal Kingdom, $119 to $179. In fact, there are technically...
How long is that villain show? Are we talking 20 minutes, 40 minutes, like the Nemo show that they used to have here? Is that the worth the $200 they're going to be charging on the big days?
Yeah, I doubt it's 40 minutes. A show like that, especially in that venue right there, it's got to be, I mean, I would think maybe 25 or so. Or at least that's my my current, I don't know, estimate on that. Culture, I mean, Disney's Hollywood Studios, for that much, I mean, that's a lot.
Well, they've got problems across the board, because I would say and argue that they've done nothing but reduce attraction count at all of the parks. I think all of them have suffered loss of attraction and interest in shows and, well, I mean, everything else. So when you look at that specifically at the Studios park, you're downgrading something with the villain show there from a fully 4-dimensional experience, I would say, with Muppet Vision 3D. I'm flabbergasted that they would consider doing price increases at a time when people are, really being discerning with how they spend their money. They're a little cash strapped. And again, Disney is the most tone deaf entertainment company now. And I used to think that was the folks that own Magic Mountain. Boy, was I wrong.
They're a little tone deaf indeed. I just can't imagine spending $200 to go into Disney's Hollywood Studios. That is crazy. That is insane. That's a little bit less than the top end of Disneyland, which Culture, as you've beautifully pointed out before, has something like 45 plus attractions. What are you doing? Like, it just doesn't make much sense. And at least with Disneyland too, at least right now anyway, you have fireworks, a beautiful fireworks presentation that Disney's Hollywood Studios doesn't benefit from. You have multiple projection shows and so forth at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge that Disney's Hollywood Studios doesn't offer, even though it has a Galaxy's Edge of its own. It has, I would say, a better version of Fantasmic, but without the dragon, that's a hard that's a hard case to make, at least right now. But you do have Paint the Night as well, so you have a plethora of entertainment options as well at Disneyland that you don't have necessarily at DHS. Disney Animal Kingdom from $119 to $179. Now that is, it's better in line, but still highway robbery. It's 4 rides. It's crazy that they would think about upping any of these. In fact, there are technically 2 decreases above, listed as Magic Kingdom's least expensive days fell from $144 to $139. That's good, I guess. Epcot's most expensive single day tickets went from $194 to $184. However, thanks to Disney's dynamic pricing, it can sometimes cause a schism between perception and reality. While the dangers are roughly the same as 2019, many dates are higher prices within those ranges, meaning most days will see price increases on Disney World tickets. For example, 25 of 31 days in January 2026 have a higher, quote, highest price than their counterpart in 2025. The theme continues through the majority of the year, with the glaring exception of July, August, and September, when most days are at the higher end of the price spectrum, but slightly lower than their 2025 counterparts. This is why Josh DeMauro comes out and says, well, we have value options. You know, we have a plethora of the lowest days available on the calendar for something like Disneyland. And it's like, well, yes, you do, but you have to look at what you're getting for that lowest day. In many cases, for the lowest day, at least at Disneyland, you know, there are huge amounts of refurbishments actually taking place. They don't offer as many entertainment options. Like, for example, pyro doesn't actually go off with your fireworks. You just get projections and so forth. And we've also seen higher prices associated with after-hours parties. As Pro mentions here, May 12, 2025, Walt Disney World raises prices on special after-hours events, including Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. So you're going to be paying there too. And as All Ears actually notes, there are changes with the dining plans as well. Those are going up. And I believe the statistic was something like 20,000 different little price increases were actually noted over the last 12 to 18 months or so at Walt Disney World. So there are ways that maybe it doesn't show up in the ticket price when you walk in, but there are so many different ways that Disney increases prices. And again, it's right when Epic Universe is opening. This is absolutely wild. Culture. This can't be a good idea or strategy.
Look, I think I've said it, and I think we've said it here many times. Their pricing strategy has really been anti-consumer for a long time. There really isn't a financial incentive to go to Disney, even when it's most advantageous. They're literally pricing out middle America, and they're offering less for more. That's not the value incentive that you used to offer. Disney, you used to have all kinds of perks and quirks and, attendance drivers that would make it feel like a value to get customers to return again and again. And I believe that because of the strategy they've been employing since I want to say 2016 or so, they've really started to drive away their regular guests, and they may get the once-in-a-lifetime families, but they're not going to get the year-over-year families anymore. I think those folks are going to start showing up down the street over there along a brand new stretch of road with some new hotels and a brand new theme park.
I do agree with that assessment. It looks like right here, actually, this is brand new, folks. That just broke out. Jonas mentioned it before, but Drew Smith here, Walt Disney World, shared a first look at Disney villains Unfairly Ever After at Disney's Hollywood Studios. The show will officially debut on May 27th, right here. I don't know. $200 a day for that?
No.
I don't know about all that. I'm not entirely convinced.
When you count the attractions at the Studios park, do you consider shows attractions?
I do, only because there's so many. They're so limited in the attraction count. I think if you're going there, you kind of have to do the shows, or else if you just do the attractions, you're gonna be done with that park in 4 hours.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, what kind of a show is this? It's not something like Muppet Vision. I mean, that's I would consider it attractions, animatronics, 4D effects. You know, you get smoke and stuff spit at you and all kinds of things like that.
Right. Well, it's obviously this will not compare to Muppet Vision 3D in any way, and this is a better than average. I mean, it's better than the Beauty and the Beast show that they had there on Sunset Strip for so long. But yeah,
well, there's no argument there. But when you look at it, I don't. People don't go for the shows. Seriously. If they want to see an actual show, I mean, maybe they do. I've never heard anybody say, "Oh, I have to see the show." It's not like it's Broadway or, the West End or something. This is mid-level, not terrible performance, mind you. I mean, I've known some of the people who've been in these shows, but it's just not, in my opinion, it's just not worth the cost of admission. And when you only have, again, count the attractions in the Studios Park, they're not many.
Right.
You have, I mean, off the top of my head, I count 6, 7, 8, 9. So there's essentially 9 attractions that I can think of off the top of my head, between the coaster, the Twilight Zone Tower of Terror, the 3 Star Wars attractions, and the 3 attractions in the Toy Story area. Once you get rid of Muppet Vision, what else you got? You got,
well, that's the thing.
3 shows. You got 3 shows. I don't know, not a lot.
And that's the thing too. Like, the 3 most recent attractions to even open at Disney's Hollywood Studios, big ones anyway, the 2 Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, Millennium Falcon Smuggler's Run, and Rise of the Resistance, those opening 2019, 2020 almost, respectively, and then 2020, Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway. Again, those are the last 3 attractions in the last 5 years or so, versus, and okay, you got this show, all right, good, and at least you're offering something more compelling than, I don't know, Lightning McQueen's Racing Academy. But then you got this, and that's going to be the comparison for a lot of folks, especially when you talk about this price point right here. When you talk about brand new attractions having opened this year, when you talk about a range of new entertainment offerings, and trust me, folks, the entertainment offerings available at Epic Universe are mind-blowingly amazing. When I take a look at this, I don't know if that price increase can be justified. But hey, you know what? There's a lot of projects on Disney's plate right now, and we know that they've been suffering in their entertainment divisions. And despite what the press might say about Lilo and Stitch, and the box office that it will accumulate, it won't make up for the severe losses at every single place around Disney and their various divisions right now. So the only way they can make up for that shortfall is the parks. We'll see. It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for them.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.